During one of the Steam Game Festivals, I was lucky enough to catch the demo for Yet Another Zombie Survivors. And funny enough, I looked at this game and went, oh, this looks really, really good. But I had never played a game quite like this because Vampire Survivors had come out and everyone loved that game and it was a huge success. But I had never played Vampire Survivors either. And so, funny enough, I saw this game and went, oh, well, this looks really nice, though. Graphically, it's more realistic. It's on the Unreal Engine, but you still get the sort of bullet hell rogue-lite elements, and it's just a lot of fun. It looked like a lot of fun. So I played the demo and played about a good 20 hours in the demo because I was having so much fun with it. And it was this game that actually, funny enough, got me to try out Vampire Survivors. And then from there, over 100 hours in Vampire Survivors, I have all of the achievements in that game because I realized I love games like this because you can play around with different builds, different kind of weapons and weapon evolutions and stuff like that. And there is quite a bit of RNG as well. And sometimes that RNG feels great and sometimes it just feels kind of shitty. It is what it is, right? It's a roll of the dice. But this was the game that actually got me into that whole genre niche and also playing games like Vampire Survivors instead of the other way around, funny enough. And so then I saw this game and went, I really like this. So I found the developers, which is Awesome Games Studio. They are the developer and the publisher. And from there, I've just been keeping up to date on Twitter with everything that's been going on for it. And I was fortunate enough to get a key from the developer to play this game. Now, mind you, I was going to play it either way because I really liked the game, but I got the key. So I thought, this is great. So for the showcase today, for what we're showing today, a key was provided, just so you are aware. But my excitement for this game is just based on the game, not because because I played the demo beforehand. And I have actually been playing this off stream before introducing it, just so that I could get a sense of what early access has to offer. Because this game is in early access. For how long, I don't know exactly. But right now, if you like what you see, you can play the demo for yourself. It's still available as far as I know of. And right now, it is 20% off until, at least for me, the end of July 20th. I would imagine it would be the same for you. But right now it is $7.99 USD. Otherwise, it will be $9.99. And for me, I think it's well worth it. I've had a lot of fun with the demo, and I've been having a lot of fun off stream trying to play around with the different characters, the different builds, the different weapons and abilities. And that is what we're going to show off today. So also, just to let you know, this is not their first rodeo when it comes to zombie games. They actually have another title, which is also on the mobile phone, which is called Yet Another Zombie Defense. So if you like tower defense games, you yourself can also check out Yet Another Zombie Defense. And maybe that is more of your style. If so, check that out as well. But we're going to jump into Yet Another Zombie Survivors. So let's go ahead and check it out. I really like the look of this game. Some of the sounds are really, really nice. They have zombie bosses that you take on, and they are really cool looking and very different from one another, which I really, really appreciate. Just a lot of fun stuff. So let's go ahead and dive in. The weapons are actually kind of divvied up between the different characters, and each characters have their own sort of passive boosts that they can provide to the team and to themselves. And on top of that, you can also grab upgrades to your weapons and even evolve the weapon. You can go from a pistol to an assault rifle, for example, or from a double barrel shotgun to like a pump action shotgun. So there are a lot of neat things that you can do in this game. And even though there are some elements of realism, quote unquote, there's plenty of quirkiness in the game. There is also plenty of fantastical elements that just make the game really a lot of fun. Yet Another Zombie Defense is also free on Steam. Oh, sweet. I actually didn't realize it was free on Steam. So there you go. So if you want to check out their earlier work, you can check it out on Steam. But yeah, there are achievements for you achievement hunters out there, which is really cool. Upgrades. So basically what happens is you go into a map, you try to survive for as long as possible until daylight breaks. Or you can do an endless mode or a nightmare mode. It's your choice. But once you die or once you live and survive to the next day, you are collecting cash, which then gets put into training points. And training points can be put into these different elements here: endurance, charisma, strength, intellect, and agility. So down each branch are different skills that you can kind of purchase into. So experience points, increase pickup range of dropped experience and power-ups, banish selected upgrades, increase reload of weapons, increasing the invincibility frames or iframes after taking damage, your speed, how much money you make, how much health you start with, how much armor you have, all these different things, just similar to like these other sort of roguelites, right? Where some things you lose, but some things also remain so you can then grow and become stronger, right? And I definitely feel the challenge in this game, which is really nice. Like, I haven't survived once yet. In the demo, I did. I survived several times, but in the early access, I haven't survived a full day yet. I've been close, but it gets difficult, and it takes time to build up stuff and get better. So I definitely appreciate it and really like it. And on top of that, right now there are 6 playable characters. You have SWAT, which starts with ranged weapons, has a pistol, then an AR, and then eventually a sniper rifle. And it says ranged rifle guns, air support, high fire rate, increases reload speed by 10%. A strong-willed and charismatic soldier, the Horde took everything he loved, but now he's ready to return the favor. So each character kind of has their own little story, right? Which is cool. And so what you're doing is you're picking the leader. And so you get a leader perk for each leader that you pick. So this is a guaranteed person that you will get and have and control and start with, and you will get that perk placed onto them and everyone else in the team. So he increases reload speed by 10%. You could also be the tank. Ranged, slow start, strong late game, sturdy. Increases max HP by 200. You can also get a machine gun. You can also get, I think, a rocket launcher as well. He's big, he's pissed. Good thing he's on your side. The engineer, ranged, technical, focused on abilities, reduces skill cooldown by 5%. Gets a Tesla gun, a taser, and also a couple other really cool little like Tesla coil things and electrocution grenades and all that. It's really neat. So with their classmates, while their classmates were making potato-powered batteries, they built a plasma-powered rodent trap. The Huntress, so range, specialist traps, critical hits, increases critical chance by 2.5%. In search for a lost daughter, she begins her hunt. So over time, you can unlock, the more you kill zombies with a certain leader, the more kind of weapons and abilities you unlock for them. So right now, everyone here has the first tier and second tier open, but more is coming soon in the early access. So we will have a third tier eventually. We'll have 3 more characters as well, too, as you can see here. Then we have the Ghost, melee specialist, ninjutsu, strong late game, has 5% chance to dodge incoming damage. Now, I've played this character, and I really like this character, actually. They are quite good. Surprisingly so. You think, oh, with melee. But they have some nice reach, and it is actually really nice to have a melee-based character because there are enemies that will attack you and just get close enough where range doesn't cut it. It's too late, or you're reloading, because your weapons have to reload in this game. Shrouded in mystery, this ninja-like warrior specializes in melee combat. Not much is known about their past, but their skill in fighting zombies is second to none. Now, this character does have shurikens, so they do have a little bit of range, which is really nice. Then we have the medic. Some share the rumor that she has worked for the company that is accused of causing the zombie virus. And it seems like she starts with the pistol. We haven't unlocked her yet. We have to collect 125 more health packs. So when you first get the game, you start with SWAT, tank, and engineer. You unlock Huntress, you unlock Ghost, you unlock medic. So let's start with Ghost. And again, we have the default mode, endless mode, and hardcore mode. And with this, we have Isolated City is the one map that the game comes with right now. We will be getting Green Hell coming soon. And then there are 3 more maps that are currently question marks that we will be getting eventually. And there's still room for more maps after this as well. Yet another, so he wants to take away everything a zombie loves. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Including fresh meat, I guess. So with that, let's go ahead and let's jump in playing as Ghost in Isolated City. I like the sounds. I like the lights. Like, the lighting in the game is really nice. I like the fact that there are several different models for the zombies, and that when the zombies take damage, you can see it, which is really nice. Also, another nice little plus here, which you don't see often in these games, would be this here. You see who your leader is, the team level, and then you see all of your stats. Because the thing is, not only do you pick up upgrades over time, like you see here, for different abilities and increasing your weapon and stuff, but you can also pick up different sort of passives. Things that help with critical damage, critical chance, weapon fire rate, reload rate, or reload time, and then skill damage, skill cooldown, basically everything here. So you can really get a sense of the build and how it impacts your team and whether you want to use it in the future or not. So that's pretty nice. I really appreciate that. Especially if you're like into ARPGs, but you want something kind of short and quick, like, you know, where you can kind of go in match base. This might be also a good game for you because you can practice min-maxing and figuring out all the stats and the impacts that each thing has and do really fun builds. So with this, I am going to actually up Katana right now because we don't have a whole swarm of enemies quite yet. I mean, it's getting there. But we'll also level up pretty quick, and then we'll get Shuriken up here. Actually, the second tier, or the upgrade to Katana's really good. You are a frickin' beast with that. But with this character, you definitely want I'm guessing fast reload, even though they don't have a ranged weapon. But I'm assuming reload impacts their attack, how often they attack. See, now we have slash. So instead of a downward strike, which hits one enemy, we can hit multiples. And we just become like a frickin' zombie farmer. Look at that. Yeah, and a dodge chance. I mean, dodge chances in games are always kind of iffy. Like, can you really trust it? But I feel like I've actually seen it work. Because you take damage whenever you get too close to a zombie. And I have seen it where I felt like I should have been hit, and I just wasn't. While using, like, this character, or there's also a thing called barrel roll, I think, which increases your dodge chance. And I feel like that's actually worked as well. It's farming zombies. Now, there are two different kinds of pickups. There are sort of like these survival caches that drop, which are marked like that, like supplies, and that gives you bonuses and boosts. And then there are other survivors that you can rescue. So here we have rock and roll, rerolls available +2. As you can see, we can recycle, we can also reroll what we have. Med kit for health regeneration, and then movement speed. Movement speed can be handy, but if you're surrounded, that doesn't really help you per se. I like to go with medkit right now. Having a little bit of health regen is something. It helps for sure. Now, as you can see, we're starting to get runners. We'll get exploders. We'll get things that spit. We will get all different kinds of zombies over time. Ooh, Wind Cutter. Enhance your katana technique to launch deadly slices at great distance. Or we can do 1,000 cuts. Enhance your katana technique to deal 1,000 of slashes in an area in front of you. So we either gain some more distance, or we just do a bunch of slashes in front of us. Range? We're going to have range, though, because we will have a team of people. So let's do 1,000 cuts. Oh, that's an AoE all around us. Oh, hell yes. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh my god, I am a fan. Okay. I see you. Oh, hi. There are also different buffs, temporary buffs or boosts that you can get. Stone Skin makes it so that way you have a little bit more armor. You can get Killing Frenzy, which means you can attack faster. See, more health regen, Lifesteal Chance, 3%. Instantly reloads your weapons when you take damage, Positive Attitude. Not bad. Actually, that's not bad at all. Positive Attitude can be pretty solid when in a pinch. More health, Lifesteal Chance. All right, let's get to the Survivor. I'm going to guess that this is a placeholder for early access, what looks like a little robot. So at the beginning here, we have a choice of either letting the rescued person take shelter in the military base and receive a level up and $800, which goes to leveling after the match, or we get another team member, which at this point, I kind of like SWAT mixed with this character because it increases reload speed by 5%. I'm a fan of that for my ninja. All right, so we have Helicopter Strike. A helicopter flies by every 40 seconds, carnaging all zombies in its way. You take no damage. It's a crazy ability, but it's awesome. Automatic Turret spawns an automatic turret every 25 seconds for 15 seconds, or we could just invest more in Ghost. Grants 50% critical strike chance for 5 seconds every 30 seconds. So for the next 5 seconds after 30, we hit for 50%, potentially a 50% higher chance of doing a critical strike, doing more damage. Which with 1,000 cuts actually is pretty nice because now you have a 50% chance against each enemy around you. So that's actually pretty solid. So let's invest a little into that. I might not max it out, but I will invest a little bit into that. So the Horde evolves. We're now on to level 2. We'll start getting exploders now. Little green guy there, he'll explode. He'll leave behind a gaseous cloud that does damage over time, and then it disappears. So it's not permanent, luckily. But it can do some damage. All right, so we can do giant enemy crab. Critical damage is increased by 10%. We have slingshot. Critical chances upped by 10%. Or burger. Weapon fire rate increases by 5%. Movement speed by 5%. Weapon fire rate increase would be nice with the 1,000 cuts. Doing more damage I'm always a fan of, especially once we get to boss zombies appearing, which I love the variety of boss zombies. So much fun. You have a massive hulking charging zombie that will charge at you, and then you also have an enemy that's a zombie that spawns these bugs, these like plague infested bugs that will swarm you. And then there's yet another one which is like a butcher, and they chase you with a massive melee weapon, and they do insane damage. Actually, those guys do insane damage. Let's see here. Critical damage. Where are we at for critical damage? We're at 200%. I mean, that's pretty solid. Critical chance, so we're only at 5%. So if we can increase it to up to 15% with this slingshot, that would be nice. So let's do that. Let's go. There's the hulking zombie. That's a zombie boss. And if you can kill him, there you go. You get some really nice experience. Boom, ba-boom, boom, boom. And let's see. Helicopter Strike is really cool. I want to show that off because I think that looks really good. And it's a good way of thinning out the Horde. Again, it's over the top, but a lot of fun. And I like how you can see the cooldowns of the different abilities over on the left-hand side. Let's see here. Do we do it? Engineer would be nutty. With the 1,000 cuts that we have, the AoE we would have is pretty crazy. Tank would give us more health, though. Huntress would give us increased critical chance for when the enemies get tougher. Let's do Engineer. One of my favorite classes, honestly, is Engineer. When I was playing the demo, I think I played Engineer over pretty much anyone else. Health bonus 25%, barrel roll, dodge chance 10%. What is our dodge at right now? Dodge chance is 7.5%. We'd have a 17.5% chance by getting this. Otherwise, our health goes up by 25%, which is pretty nice. But if we're dodging stuff, then again, dodge really isn't a guarantee. If you will, health is, but we'll try it out. Because we already get the dodge bonus from Ninja. From Ghost, I should say. Alright. So let's see here. Good workout. We can upgrade our health to 250 more hit points, which, I mean, that by tier 4, that doesn't really do much. Tier 1 and 2, yeah, it helps quite a bit. At least I feel like thus far in early access. Doing more damage, always a plus. See, and I feel like, too, like, you would think movement speed would be really good, and I feel like it is during the first evolution, the second evolution, and the third. But once you really start getting toward, like, the end of the third and the fourth, you're surrounded by so many enemies, and sometimes even, yeah, around the beginning of the third, you just, like, I feel like speed also is an issue. You can also go too fast, where you're not killing stuff fast enough, and then you're running into it, which is the problem, because of reload time. So I feel like if you're gonna do gotta go fast, sure, up at one or two, but then invest in your reload speed, so that way it can keep up. Multi-shot, there we go. Now we have 2 arrows. And let's up multi-shot again. Yeah, because we want to level up her bow anyway, and the more kills, the better. So this only benefits us in multiple ways. Tank is strong late game. Ghost, they say, is strong late game, but honestly, if you can level him up quick enough, you're fine. Like, he's doing really good. Let's do tank, because we haven't seen that yet during the stream, so. The nice thing is that even though the shotgun is slow to fire, it hits multiple enemies right off the bat, which is pretty nice. Also, the nice thing about tank, saw blade drone. If you're trying to get some breathing distance between you and the zombies, this does it for you. This helps. I like to start with 1 and then maybe go to 3 toward endgame. You could do more than that, but... See, crit chance is at 7%. That's pretty low. We could also just start doing arrow rain to start really clearing out and thinning out the horde. Let's do that. I think the next... Yeah, see, there's arrow rain there. Very, like, ARPG feeling. But as you can see, the horde is increasing, so this can help. Also love the detail that with the saw blade drone, It's clean initially, but as it starts hitting enemies, it gets bloodier, which is very cool. Nice little detail. Let's up the shotgun. I'd also like to get a second drone. We could also just liberate and get 800 free bucks, which is not bad. But then again, I don't know if liberate... I feel like liberate then means that you're stuck with the 2 characters and you don't get a 3rd survivor. Because I haven't done that yet. You know what? Let's do liberate. Let's just see. We got a level. Let's get another saw blade drone. We got 800 bucks cash. Free money, I guess. I don't know if that means that we're stuck with 2 people now. Stuck. Do we want to do 3 at this point? No, let's do arrow rain. That is actually very nice for Huntress. Cool. Okay, so even if we liberate, we could choose to keep liberating and just banking cash and then come back and eventually get someone. Because we have range. Having a melee would not be bad, but SWAT would be nice too. You know what? Let's do Ghost. Because I haven't done this combo yet. Let's do a third saw blade drone. Try to get to the survivor. Alright, katana, let's upgrade that again. We just now need to upgrade our weapon reload and fire rate to keep up with speed. We have another boss on the field. Oh boy, here she comes. She do be screaming though. She's a screamer. And we can do shuriken, saw blade drone, protocol. Let's do that. Sound effects are pretty damn satisfying in this game, I'm not gonna lie. Pump action, critical chance. What is our critical chance? Yeah, let's up that a little bit. I would like to have a chance to do just higher damage to kill things quicker, including bosses, but especially as things evolve and become stronger. Let's do pump action. I saw that blue gem down there. I want to try to grab that. First, let's melt this guy as best as we can. Oh, we got spitters now. Run. Yeah, so far I'm not like hella impressed with the damage from arrow rain. And yeah, the thing is, it does 150 flat, so it's not incredibly strong. You can increase range for hitting more enemies and then doing it more consistently, right? Because right now it's at 10 seconds every 10 seconds. But if it maybe did a little bit more damage, but I mean, it probably is balanced with everything else. It just doesn't feel that strong to invest too much into right now. I gotta move like Barry Sanders. Holy shit. There we go. Oh, minigun. Enhance your pump action shotgun into a minigun. Let's do it. God, that thing is massive. Holy shit. Well, that's what they were talking about late game. tank is strong late game. Oh my god. Say hello to my little friend. Good god. Shuriken or Wind Cutter. 24, we can up to 28 if we want to. Or place mines. The mines will help with thinning the horde, but... Well, you know, not that there are more of them. The thing is that if you have minefield early on, I feel like it doesn't really do a lot because enemies can just kind of go around it. But now that we're at this point, it might actually be beneficial. We can try it. Shred him! Get him, Arnold! You're going to die. Alright, so let's see here. We can up the count and lower the cooldown. Oh, wow. 3 mines every... How many seconds? Well, we don't really know. We just know the cooldown. Sure? Let's try it out. Oh, okay, that paid off. That paid off. Daytime. We survived. We did it. Okay, so maybe it's like... Is it really 30 minutes already? Hold up. 20 minutes. Okay, so no. So the rounds are 20 minutes long, which is why at the 18-minute marker it gets so crazy. So 20 minutes long. That's actually a really good length, honestly. I like that. Hell yeah, we did it. Let's go. Get them cheersy emotes in chat. And what's nice, too, they give you such nice information. So you can see the items you picked up, which are behind me. You can see how many of them you picked up. How much money you've collected, training points, stuff like that. Zombie deaths, 6,754. Time survived, 20 minutes and 7 seconds. Our total health, health regen, everything else, right? But then you can see how much work each individual put in, which is actually really nice. So you can see what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, and how do other characters kind of fill those in. So like, for instance, the Huntress, we started out with her. She has 3,000 kills, over 3,000, and dealt 938,000 damage. The second in line was the tank, who did 711,000, almost caught up to the Huntress in some respects. So you know, they're actually doing some pretty solid damage. And killed 1,719 zombies. And then, of course, Ghost actually almost caught up then to the tank because he's a little bit faster. And was at 1,532 zombies killed and at 556,000 damage dealt. And then you can see, okay, well, what was really doing the DPS here? So, for instance, Pump Action Shotgun was doing a really good job until we went up to the minigun. And then we had 713 damage per second. That's a huge jump. That is a really nice jump there. Then from there, you can see, for instance, here, Arrow Rain, even at level 4, 33 damage per second. It weakens enemies, it lowers their HP, but it doesn't feel worth investing in right now. It's got some really nice range, though, but meh. Multi-shot, though, 789 damage per second at tier 4. Ghost, Katana, 69 damage per second. Shuriken, 156. Already investing in Shuriken seems to be really strong when you see the DPS there. Then from there, Katana Splash, 135 damage, but Wind Cutter is the massive jump, which is why Ghost is good late game. because you're going to be doing way more damage if you can really quickly evolve that weapon. Otherwise, in comparison to the other two, it doesn't do enough damage until the very end. Once he gets Wind Cutter or 1,000 strikes, that's where the damage comes in. And why Ghost was catching up to Tank toward the end there, to an extent. Also, another thing I really like about the game, being that it is, of course, in early access, F8, feedback form built in. You don't have to go to a website and log into some sort of forum. You don't have to jump into their Discord, even though they do have a Discord, by the way, which I would highly recommend jumping into, which is under Awesome Games. If you check out their Twitter, Awesome Games, their Discord link should be there, but you can look them up and find their Discord link as well. But you can jump in there, give them feedback, and share stuff about the game and everything else, and about their other games as well. But I really like this. Just a quick summary of like bug with charger zombie, let's say. You can add your email if you want to get feedback, and then just give the details, blah, 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 which is really nice. You can say feedback, you can say bugs as well if it is really a bug, so then bug with charger, bugs. Low priority, high priority, medium priority. High priority, let's say, this isn't true, but gets stuck on map and can't move. If something like that happened, you could do that and then send it, which is great. So they're getting feedback so they can improve the game. You're getting to be a part of the active growth and development of the game, which is also very cool. And it helps out these independent developers who are trying to build up this game to be the best it can be. And they don't have a huge budget, so it's not like they can get a bunch of Q&A testers to jump in and give them feedback. I'm sure some, but it helps to have you as the players also give them feedback. So they made it very easy and simple. I'm always a big fan of that. So that's also a really nice feature as well, which is really cool. Has a very positive rating on Steam, so if you like what you see, check it out for on Steam for yourself. And you can also check out their other game, which is currently free on Steam from what I understand, which is Yet Another Zombie Defense HD, where you can do tower defense against zombies. The tower defense game is also on mobile, so if you want to check it out on mobile, you can do so as well on Android, and I believe on iOS, and I believe it's also on Switch. So you can check out that game on there as well to check out what the developer has done, and of course check out Yet Another Zombie Survivors, see what they are doing. There is the demo, which you can play for free, and you get quite a bit of stuff from it. And then from there, of course, early access. You can jump on and get it now. It's currently discounted at around $7 and some odd cents USD. Otherwise, it is, I think, around $9.99 USD as well, full price. Definitely worth it. You can put in a ton of time into it. It's a ton of fun. I really, really enjoy it. Even though the key was provided, which, thank you to the developer Awesome Games for the key, I still highly recommend it because I really have a lot of fun with it. Like, this is just a game where I'm just like, cool, let's try out the different builds, try out the different classes, let's try to unlock stuff, get those achievements. It's fun. They give you something to work toward. They've learned a lot from Vampire Survivors. They even give nods to it because they appreciate what the developer has done with the genre and the type of game that it is. And they're just trying to do something fun based on what they know too, which is zombie games. So there you go. So check it out for yourself on Steam. Thank you very much for watching the stream at twitch.tv/MindMineTV or for jumping in on YouTube at youtube.com/MindMineTV. Feel free to subscribe for free on YouTube or follow for free on Twitch for many more moments of gameplay like this, from betas and alphas to early access, tons of indie games, tons of horror games or horror-esque type games and action games. Love to have you join on in live on Twitch or on YouTube. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Have a great day or night, depending where you're on the globe. Take care of each other, and I will see you soon.